Yes, I am wearing the same clothes as last video because I just filmed the last video. Does that make sense? Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Declan. Today we've got another image review. We are going to be going through the photos that I took in day 6 of the camping trip. That video went live a couple weeks ago now. Go check that out. You know the drill. I've got my phone here. We're going to be going through 13 photos today. Should be quite fast. I'm not going to drag it on too much. Now in day 6 of the camping trip we are at a campsite called Smoky Cape. It's a little bit south from Arakoon, New South Wales, and about 20 minutes from Southwest Rocks. But it's a beautiful campsite on the beach, Smoky Cape Beach, and there's also a lighthouse called Smoky Cape. We didn't get to go to the lighthouse, didn't have time, but I got some sunrise photos here. So here's the first photo. You can see it was very cloudy, dark moody skies, which is great for photography. So I was lucky to get this sort of weather. So I composed this shot with this fence here in the foreground. It was a wooden and wire fence that I shot quite a bit throughout the morning. Really, it just added a great foreground interest. So yeah, I pretty much just stayed in this location all morning and shot the different scenes. We had very moody skies on the right of us, the lighthouse on the left of us, and in the middle was where the sun was rising, and there was a bit of glow later on. This one here is the lighthouse side. So last shot I was facing to the right, this shot I'm facing to the left, north. And again, I was using the wooden and wire fence as a foreground, just with the nice clouds. There was a bit of glow coming from the sun there, but not too much yet. Now this shot is the scene in the middle. You can see directly east is a rock, and that's obviously where the sun is rising. And I got this shot here just as the sun peeked through that sort of cloud band there, and it was a beautiful red glow sun. And you can see that orange glow up above the clouds as well. But I got this shot here. I think this was 20mm with my 10 to 20mm Sigma lens. I also cropped it in a bit as well. But that's a nice shot. Pretty happy with it. This one here was with the 75 to 300mm lens. So I got a nice tight shot on this rock with the sun there. This was the last sort of shot that I got with the sun there before it rose higher. It reached cloud and you couldn't see it anymore. But in the video, if you go check out the camp trip video, you can actually see me. You can actually see that I'm zoomed in on the sun, and it literally disappears in front of the camera. So go check that out. I thought that was pretty cool. Just goes to show how fast the sun moves. I got that shot, and I like the colors and everything. I think it's a nice image to throw up on Instagram. Then we move into this one, and I got this one here of the lighthouse up on top of the hill. Because I had the 75 to 300mm lens on, I just thought, you know, why not capture it? And I got that one there with the nice green hill in the foreground and some cloud formation in the back. Moving on to this shot, I switched back to the 10mm lens and got a wider shot of the landscape, using that fence still as a foreground interest, leading the viewer right to the lighthouse. I think I shot this with a slower shutter because you can see some of those clouds are moving. It creates a nice wispy effect on them. So I thought that was cool. Moving on to this one. This one's also nice. This is facing east, as you can see, the sun there. Using that wooden and wire fence as a foreground element again. The clouds are nice here. You can see the sun has risen a little bit more. This was the second time it peeked through the cloud. But I really like the glow below the cloud and just on the horizon there. Nice orange and yellow glow, which is really cool. The sun also got a bit of a starburst, which I also thought was a nice effect to the image. I couldn't really crop this to the 4x5 for Instagram, so I'm probably going to leave it just at this and post it like that. Yeah, it's a nice photo. So that's actually it for the landscape photos that I took in Smoky Cape. It was a short morning there, so that's all I could really get. But from here we move into the drone shots. I was lucky enough to get the drone up in the air because it was a rainy and windy morning. But I got a couple shots, got some footage, so that's good. But this shot here, it's just a plain top down. Really like the textures in the sand there and the waves. So I thought that was cool. I'll throw this up on Instagram for sure. Moving on to this shot, this is when the drone is actually quite high in the air. I got the nice leading lines of those waves all the way up to that headland with the lighthouse on it. You can see some glow from the sun up in the top right of that image. So yeah, pretty happy with this one. Moving on to this one, again, the textures in the water were just amazing. All those tones and that color, I really do like. This photo is actually quite interesting because day 6 is the last day of our camping trip, and we're in Smoky Cape. If you can see in the top left of this image, that headland is Hat Head, which is where me and Hugh stayed for our first night of the camping trip. So that was where we stayed for the first night. We went all the way up to Byron and all the way back down. We were here in Smoky Cape for our last. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, very happy with this shot. I got another one here, which I also thought was cool. I framed it with a little bit more sand because I do like the textures of the sand in Smoky Cape here. Moving on to this shot here. This is similar to the last one. I just framed it a little differently. Couldn't really crop this to the 4x5 for Instagram, so I'm just gonna leave it at this. Yeah, it's again, cool textures. It's a nice image. Then we move into this one. This is the final shot I got. As I said, it was a short morning, but I still came home with a couple of images that I'm proud of. But I got this shot, which is a great photo to end with. Just capturing that those textures, all the textures in the sand and the waves. It's a cool spot. Yeah, just a normal top down. So I'm happy with that. Okay, that's it guys. Hopefully this one was a short one. If you want to see a bit more information about each shot and my thinking behind them, go check out my Instagram. That's where I post all my landscape photography. There's a bit more backstory behind the image and the settings, and a lot more information on those posts. So now that this camping trip series is done, I'm probably going to make one more video just summarizing the whole trip, and then that'll be out, and then that's probably it. From here, I guess I'm going to be getting out again. I'm going to be going out, shooting all my old spots. Hopefully I can find some new spots. And I'm going to be taking you guys with me. I've got heaps of ideas and a lot more videos to come, so I hope you stick around and enjoy everything I make. Okay, that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Today got another episode of image review. That doesn't make sense. That's sort of a slow morning, so I was not in my zone. No, I don't want to say that. Today we're gonna go a bit. Why am I doing this today? What's that word? What's that like mouth exercise that they do? 13 photos today. 13? Yes, 13. Oh my gosh. You know the drill. I'm gonna We camped, no. I think I shot this with a slower, moving on, this one. Now I'm pretty proud of this one actually. Not pretty proud. I got a nice sunburst on the sun. I got a sunburst on the sun as the sun, as I said, and post on the Instagram. On the Instagram. I'm gonna post it on the Instagram. But I got this shot here, which is a great photo. But I got this shot, which is a great photo. But I got this